So the bitter drama between Nicki Minaj and Cardi B is heating up once again after TMZ made a video about Cardi and couldn't keep Nicki's name out of their mouths. The Barbs are coming for Cardi for talking bad about Nicki while the Bardi Gang is attacking Nicki and the internet is in a meltdown mode. Y'all need to take cover because this is about to be a hot stinking mess. I swear every time we think the beef between Cardi B and Nicki Minaj is finally starting to die down, some more petty drama comes up and everyone just gets super duper messy again. Now for a couple of months now, both Nicki and Cardi have been doing their own stuff and just minding their business, but at the end TMZ decided to stir up trouble once more and start some drama between them that sent the internet into a major meltdown mode. So TMZ decided to do a documentary on Cardi, which they titled No BS Cardi B, where they basically talked about Cardi's life and how she got popular and stuff like that. Now this is very normal because, well, Cardi is a big artist and pretty much every big artist gets documentaries done about them at some point in their careers. But then this particular documentary has created so much controversy and received a lot of backlash because it somehow found a way to drag Nicki into it. Now ever since Nicki and Cardi's beef got out of hand, it has been pretty common for people to drag the other person when praising one of them. For example, if an article is praising Nicki, it's going to somehow find a way to drag Cardi into it and show Cardi in a negative light to uplift Nicki. It also happens when someone is trying to glorify Cardi and then they talk bad about Nicki. It's just a very messy cycle, but hey, it keeps the feud going between them and it looks like the Barbs and the Bardi Gang like the feud too, so. But anyways, like we said, TMZ made a documentary about Cardi and they somehow managed to shade and discredit Nicki at the same time.
Nicki is definitely like the queen in a lot of ways. She was the female rapper for 7 years before Cardi came along. And you know, before her, like Lil Kim was the biggest before her, and that's another big gap. And I don't know if this bothers Nicki, but to Cardi's credit, after Cardi's like insane runaway success, look at what's happened in the last couple of years. You've got Doja Cat, Sweetie, Megan Thee Stallion, Lotto, Ice Spice. All these female rappers are just running the game right now. And it's almost certainly because of Cardi B.
They kind of made it seem like Nicki somehow prevented female rappers from popping up or getting famous, when we all know that Nicki for the most part shows love to up-and-coming female rappers. Plus, so many female rappers including Megan Thee Stallion, Doja Cat, Ice Spice, and many more have publicly revealed how much of an inspiration Nicki Minaj was to them before they even started rapping and even after they first broke into the industry.
Since motherfucking 2008 when I was in 8th grade and I could listen to rap music on.
She definitely inspires me and just like who she is and how she's impacted culture. Dear old Nicki, like I feel like that song relates to me right now, where I'm at in my life.
Now, no shade to Cardi B or anything like that, because she has also had a crazy amount of influence on the pop culture, and she has done a lot to inspire young female rappers and, you know, all that stuff. But the problem is that the documentary made it seem like Nicki has done nothing to inspire younger artists, which is clearly not the case. Because like we said earlier, even the artists themselves named Nicki as an inspiration. And then they somehow started talking about how Cardi has sold more records than Nicki, even though Nicki has been in the game for longer. But again, this just seems to paint Nicki in a bad light, especially with the way they said it. You know, that part about how it would stick in Nicki's craw. Just makes it seem like they believe that Nicki is bitter or something like that. But honestly, that clip kind of makes it seem like some parts of this documentary are going to be basically comparing Nicki to Cardi and highlighting the ways that Cardi is bigger. But the problem with stuff like this is that it just keeps feuding the beef between the two women. Constant comparisons between them is just going to keep making the drama worse and worse, especially in cases like this when it's not even necessary. There are so many things to brag about when it comes to Cardi without bringing Nicki into it, because it's just absolutely unnecessary. But also, one question that a lot of people have is whether or not Nicki consented to this documentary, and a lot of people think that she didn't. We all know that she and Cardi do not like each other, so the probability that Nicki said it was okay to bring her into this is very, very low. But it's unclear on whether or not they are legally allowed to talk about Nicki in a documentary without clearing it with her first. But this is what clear is, that her fans are not here for it at all, because why bring up Nicki so much when the documentary is not even about her? One thing about the Barbs is that they are always going to defend Nicki to the last, and they did not come to play about it this time around. They left comments saying, how's this a Cardi documentary but they stay talking about Nicki in it? How can they say do research when this documentary is tailored to uplift Cardi and trash others. TMZ and Atlantic Records are owned by Warner's. This is how they keep her relevant, as her beef with Nicki is a major highlight in her career. And that's embarrassing, isn't it? A Cardi documentary? Why aren't they just talking about her and her achievement? All they do is trying to link Nicki to it. But then the Bardi Gang is also defending Cardi, saying, not Cardi getting a documentary she ain't even promote or push for, and Barbs still waiting for that documentary from Nicki for like a decade. I know they had. I've been saying this for years. Cardi indeed inspired a resurgence in female rap. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And too bad they already did a song together and Granny started playing victim afterward. It's been a hot mess on the internet between the Barbs and the Bardi Gang, and honestly, it doesn't seem like it's going to end soon, especially if these kinds of messy comparisons keep coming up every 5 business days. But speaking of messy, y'all have to check the drama out in this next messy video.